Hello, welcome back to my channel. I have officially completed my first year of uni, which is insane. But I have about a week left of just being here and being able to do whatever I like because I'm done. And I've made a little list, as I do. What would I do without my lists? Just of things that I want to do that I haven't done because I've been busy or I've been prioritizing work, or just things that I feel like I should have been doing more, given that I'm living on my own and have free will. They're really small things, like in the grand scheme of things. For example, there's a cafe that I walk past fairly regularly that I've never been in, that I think looks really cool, that I'd love to try. I have yet to actually go in the sea. I've been to the beach many times, but I haven't actually gone in the sea. And obviously it's getting warmer, so this is the perfect time to do that. But basically there's just a whole load of things that I either want to do or need to do that I just thought would be cool to do in these last few days. So every time I go to do one of those things, I'm going to film it and I'm going to show you guys, because I just feel like I've spent so much time reading and writing and doing research, and I'm actually in a position where there's so many things I could be doing that are enjoyable that I just haven't made the time to do. And now I have that time. So the first thing that I want to do is not really a thing. I have a top, I have a vest that has 2 holes in it, and I've been meaning to sew them up for a really long time, and I just haven't, and I've just been wearing it anyway, even though it's got holes in it. And today I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do it accompanied by the music of Arthur Hill. Now, I have recently been getting really into the George Clark, Arthur TV, Italian Batch, Arthur Hill, Chris MD side of YouTube. That's been my go-to YouTube genre recently. And Arthur Hill makes music, and I've been hearing snippets of his music consistently for the past few months because he promotes it and his friends promote it. And I've never sat down and actually listened to any of it, like a full song, so I thought I'll have a little look and see what he's got. I'm assuming he's got an album or EPs or something. He's recently been on tour, and I think he's going on another one. So I just thought, I'm going to mend my top and I'm going to listen to a bit of Arthur Hill because I've never done that, and I keep meaning to, and I just feel like there are so many things that I keep meaning to do and I don't actually set the time aside to do. So that's what this video is, and we're going to get started.
Suddenly, we see on the GPS, because the live feed for us is like a second or two behind, and suddenly his dot is in the lead, and then you look up and think, wow, okay, that's how it happened. So it's truly impressive first corner.
There's no drive home a little bit more how much of the psychological game Max plays on his competitors, because they know that wherever the gap
is that big, like, come on, the energy he puts into a team. I think, obviously that was the first part of the race, because once the pressure really comes in the last quarter of the championship, that's where he comes into his own.
Arthur Hill releases 1 EP? Is that what we're looking at? I like this one. Okay, I've tried to film this 3 times and I keep fucking up my mic settings. So if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna crash out, I think. So I have just got back from a nice trip out, honestly. I went to the cafe that I mentioned that I kept walking past and not going in. I actually went in it today. It was cool to go in there. I ordered a hot chocolate, which was very nice. It was very good hot chocolate. I sat with my laptop and worked on some stuff, did some prep for my short form content. It was a nice time. I was only in there for about half an hour, but I sat there long enough to like enjoy the environment and the drink, and I wasn't rushing, but it was quite an interesting layout. It was quite a small cafe, so there wasn't really the space to have lots of different tables scattered around. So there was like one big table that seated, I want to say like 10 people, and then there was kind of like a bar area with stools, and then there was another table that was separate that I would say could seat like 4 or 5 people, so entirely too big to sit at on your own. But I think also kind of sitting with 2 people either side of me that I didn't know was a bit, not weird, but I was kind of aware of my surroundings very much. So I don't know if it will become a regular spot for me, but it was cool to try it. I've walked past it so many times and just thought the vibes in there seemed so cool, and yeah, it was nice to sit in there for a bit. And then I went to CEX because again, there is a CEX that I walk past so often and just look at and think I need to go and see what stock they have. I'm such a physical media person. Streaming services scare me. I feel like one day there will be some kind of streaming service failure and no one will be able to watch anything because they don't have the physical media. So I'm building a DVD collection. I'm a big one for buying CDs. I've got a couple of records. Records are pretty pricey, so I don't buy them quite so much as CDs, but big fan of physically having the thing in my hand. So I will take you through what I got. I started in the TV section and I picked up season 6 of Lost. I now have seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I literally just need season 1 to complete the collection. I had quite the Lost phase, which we can blame on Mr. Michael Microphone, and I watched all 6 seasons, I think twice through. I think I watched it once on my own and then I was like, oh my god, mum, you have to watch this. And I watched it again from the beginning with her, so big fan of Lost. It does kind of fall off by season 6. Like season 6 is probably the weakest of the seasons, but like I say, physical media, I want to have the full thing. Still yet to hunt down season 1. I don't know why it's so hard to find. I've been in quite a few different CEX branches and still yet to find it, but we'll get there. I then picked up season 3 of Pretty Little Liars. This is one of the best seasons, I think, of the show. I don't have any of the other seasons. I kind of went into CEX today with kind of like a I'll see what I spot kind of mindset rather than filling in too many gaps. I was obviously looking for Lost, but other than that I was like, I'll just see what they have. This was the only season of Pretty Little Lies that they had, and it is now the only season that I have. I wouldn't say it's the best TV show on the planet, but you can't deny that it's iconic. So then, as I'm sure you saw on the clips, I entered the Doctor Who section. So I bought 3 seasons today. I bought season 5, which is Matt's first season as the Doctor. I bought season 8, which is Peter's first season as the Doctor. And I bought season 9, which is his second season. 3 of my favourite seasons, I would say. They didn't have 6 or 7. They probably would have taken priority had they had those in. I was deliberating getting the 4th season, but it got to a point. These were the most expensive things that I got. I think this season was the most expensive. I think it was £8, and then the other 2 were 6 each. And it was getting to a point where I was like, I need to do some compromise here. I can't buy the shop. So yeah, there were quite a few things I picked up and then put back, but those were all of the TV seasons that I picked up. And then film wise, I got Chicago, which I can't believe I don't already have. It's just so iconic. I'm obsessed with it. The Sablock Tango. Anyone? So good, and now I have it. Fighting with My Family, which I'll be honest, when I first clicked on this, I watched it on Netflix maybe like 4, 5, 6 months ago, and I did click on it for Florence Pugh. I did, I'll confess. And I ended up being really moved by it. I wasn't expecting to feel as much as I did watching it, and I highly recommend if you haven't seen it. And then finally, last but not least, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. There are a few rom-coms that I really, really love. This one's obviously one of the OGs from the 90s, along with 10 Things I Hate About You, which I already have. And then I've got a few other rom-coms that I still want to get to kind of fill in some gaps, but this is such a key one. So I saw it and I was like, I must. And all of that together was under £30, which I think is really, really decent. If you're shopping somewhere like HMV or Head or somewhere like that and you're buying it brand new, no way in hell you're getting all of that for under 30 quid. So it was a nice haul. And then just a quick Arthur Hill update. I've been listening to his music for the past couple of days. After the very first listen, I wrote down the songs that stood out, so I will just disclose those now. Too Much Ain't Enough, Iced Coffee, Don't Look at Me Like That, John Wayne, Appetite, and honourable mention to Passing Thought. I would say with a bit more time listening to them, the ones that really stand out from that list for me are Don't Look at Me Like That and John Wayne. I'm really enjoying his music. I feel like they're growers, most of them. So my first listen, I was like, yeah, okay, like they're a vibe, I'm liking it, but I wasn't kind of immediately taken to any of them really. I would say the one that stood out the most from the first listen was Too Much Ain't Enough, but I feel like every time I listen, each song kind of stands out more and more. I'm definitely someone who develops relationships to songs and albums and whatnot over time. It doesn't really happen instantly. Most of my favourite songs of all time, when I first heard them, I didn't necessarily go like, oh my god, this is incredible. They're kind of ones that I've grown attached to, having listened to them over and over. So I'm thinking maybe in a vlog in a few months, I'll come back and revisit and let you guys know if there are any that are standing out with many more months of listening, and just kind of give you an update on that. I love trying new music, but I always find it so daunting, weirdly. I think because I listen to things over and over and over again, I get really attached to them and then they become really comfortable. So if I have certain albums that I've just had on repeat for months and months, and then I think to myself, okay, I want to try some new music, and then I'm looking at new music thinking, yeah, but like it's not my safety blanket of this album or whatever. So I'm glad I have kind of delved into his music a little bit. I think I've listened to everything that he's released so far. He's got an EP and then he's got quite a few singles, and I'm not sure what his plans are for future releases, but I am really liking his vibe. So I feel like it's a reminder yet again to branch out and listen to new things. So yeah, I'm gonna go make food, I think.
On the dashboard, bitch.
Yeah, but like
this.
oh my god, actually like that's gonna fucking work.
Maybe that went down. There you go.
Popping you up on some milk.
Oh wow, it's really golden hour in this
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, brother. So we got the cold brew oat latte. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm holding it in my hand.
The Calvary Ain't Latte.
I only ever seen this in a YouTube video. Can you stop taking the piss?
What, do you need to shake it?
Do you need to shake it? The way they market this is that it's chilled from the moment they make it in the factory to the moment it gets to the supermarket. So like other stuff, they make it and then they just put it in vans and take it. So the whole point is like it's cold the whole time.
Ooh, okay.
So it's fresh. It smells nice.
Let me smell. Let me smell. Oh, that does smell good with the pump caramel at me.
That's nice.
Let me taste. Let me taste.
Hold on.
You don't even like coffee either, so that's
That goes down really smooth.
Ooh,
Right?
oh, that's really nice.
They've nailed
fuck?
that. What the hell? I wasn't expecting to like it, in all honesty. I just wanted a bottle.
I wish I got one now. Well, you can have most of it. I'll just have a bit. Just make sure you give me the bottom.
I can't wait to try the other flavours.
That's really good. I like it a lot.
Well, in gym, they nailed it.
I love the packaging.
Right?
It's got little eyes on it. It's watching you.
But where I am at uni, they don't have a Sainsbury's near me that has these, so I've literally been waiting till I get back just so I can see if they have any. So.
Oh, well, you don't have like big Sainsbury's at
I do, but they're just not there.
I do.
They only have certain locations at the moment. Anyway, highly recommend. Okay, it's been a little while. I'm actually back from uni now. I've been back for about 3 weeks, I think. From the moment I got back, my body was trying to be ill, and for the first 2 weeks I just pretended everything was fine. I was just like, no, I'm fine, I'm just gonna carry on, because I had a really busy 2 weeks, probably the most busy 2 weeks I've had all year socially. Like, I was going out, I went to a club for the first time, dear God. Basically, my best friend is currently in America. She left about a week ago, and we spent 2 weeks straight just doing anything and everything. And then the last week just gone, I was trying to get round to filming the last kind of portion of this video, and I was just so ill because I was just ignoring it for 2 weeks. And then the third week hit and Layla left, and I just was like, couldn't get out of bed for a week because I was so ill. So I'm almost completely better now. I've driven to, I was gonna say a secluded spot, but it's not as secluded as I thought. There's quite a few people around. I've hidden my microphone 3 times now. But I just wanted to do a little wrap up for this video. Sorry, I keep looking up here because it's such a nice view, but I'll try and... I just wanted to do a little wrap up for this video because, I don't know, I had a really good last week. I kind of expected, when I was done with uni and like done with all my assignments, I kind of expected to feel really good and like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I just didn't, which was partly why I made that list, to try and do things that I'd find enjoyable and that would kind of boost my mood a little, because I was just feeling a bit rubbish and I didn't really know why. And then I felt rubbish about the fact that I felt rubbish, because I thought this was supposed to be the time that I felt better and I felt relieved. And I think I'm kind of coming to the realization, even now, many weeks later, when I'm feeling a bit more settled and I'm feeling like I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I've finished my first year, I need to find like a centered part of myself. Like, I need to find peace within. That sounds so cheesy, but I need to find this like a state of peace outside of what's happening around me, because I feel like I'm constantly going like, oh, when this is over I'll feel better, or when this is done, when I don't have to think about this anymore, or when I've handed this assignment in, or when I'm not living in this place anymore, when this conditional thing happens, then I'll feel better. And it's never the case. So I think I need to try and figure out how to kind of center myself, kind of find my own neutral, and then everything that happens around me is like almost incidental. It's just like, that's just what's happening in life, and it doesn't necessarily drag me down the same way other things have. So that's what I've just kind of been thinking about recently, is you have to find your own satisfaction and your own fulfillment and your own peace from within, and then the stronger that is and the better you do with finding that within yourself, the less outside events can affect it. I feel like I'm waffling. I don't know, that's what I've been thinking about recently. So, as you can see, I'm in my car, which is crazy. I did my first drive alone. Right, my air conditioning's pissing me off. Why is it making that noise? I did my first solo drive. That is a big truck. That's fine. No, you park close to me, I don't mind. I did my first solo drive 2 days ago, I think. I drove to my local Tesco and I bought a couple of things from there, and I was terrified, but I did it, and I did it safely. and I got back in one piece with no close calls, and I thought, nailed it. Haven't driven in 9 months, but just nailed that. I basically passed my driving test and then went to uni without my car, and then haven't been in my car since. But I've just driven here with my sister. She's gone on a little walk and she'll be back in 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna spend a little bit of quality time together. I wanted to show you my flowers, my Lego flowers, because I didn't get a good shot, so I'll insert a clip here of me showing you my Lego flowers properly, because they turned out so cute and I want to arrange them in a little vase and it's going to be adorable. What else? Obviously moving out of uni was kind of weird. It's really weird to think that I'm never going to be in that room again. I've spent 9 months in that room and become really attached to that room, and I'm never going to go there ever again, and it's so weird. I'm really going to miss the view out of the window overlooking the sea. I was really lucky to get a sea view. It was quite far away, but like you could see it. It was beautiful. So yeah, I'm basically just trying to get used to the fact that it's going to be a whole new year in September, and I'm going to be living in a completely different place with completely different people that I've actually chosen this time, so I'm really looking forward to that. I didn't do everything on the list, which was obviously the point of this video, is to make the list and work through it and have a really nice last week. I didn't get through everything. I don't mind. The point was to have fun, and the things that I did do I really enjoyed doing. The only thing I kind of wish I'd done is go in the sea, because I didn't get around to it. The weather in the last week, basically my final week of assessments was really, really hot weather, like insane weather, to the point where I was like sweating in exams. It was not enjoyable. And then my last week I was like, because it's really good weather, I'll go in the sea. And then my last week was not at all. It was like raining and it was really windy. It just didn't happen that way. It just didn't work. However, we've established I have a car now. I could do like a weekend trip and go in the sea. So yeah, I just wanted to finish this video off. I'm feeling okay. I don't know if good is a good descriptor. I'm feeling okay, and I feel like that's really good. That doesn't make any sense. But I feel like a lot of the time I'm feeling really low, or I'm feeling kind of pessimistic or a bit nihilistic even. I get very freaked out over the state of the world and whatnot. But I feel like I want to try really hard this summer to do things that kind of frighten me a little bit. Try and step out of my comfort zone, and then go back to uni, hopefully with a little bit more faith in myself that I can do things that scare me. So yeah, I'm done with my first year. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit bitty in the end, but most of my videos tend to be. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!